Yes, hello, America. This is Linda von Waldorf from Indianapolis. So I want to thank you for taking time to be here at this beautiful night. And I want to let you guys know that I have been working in the corporate world for 20 years, just like many of you. And the stress and all the circumstances of life, they bring your body, your mind down. I started looking for issues of how to resolve my health. And that is how I got connected to these wonderful people, this wonderful group of people who are gonna teach us tonight a lot of good things about the immunity of your body and nutrition. I want to introduce you tonight to Dr. Nancy Arias. She is an amazing nutritionist, and she is, oh my gosh, she is a doctor that is going to explain a lot of good things about how you have to behave in your food, in your day-to-day. She has a lot of experience, over 25 years of experience in a lot of diseases, like, for example, cancer, diabetes, obesity. She has also worked with a lot of patients that have cardiovascular diseases. Dr. Nancy, thank you so much for joining us tonight, for taking some part of your night to share with us all this valuable information. We are very thankful. We are all aware how important it is to eat right, to have the right nutrition. Even before the COVID-19, it's an issue that is being ongoing, and we just focus on our work and everything, and we forget about how important it is to eat right, to do the right things in order to have a better quality in our life. So Nancy, thank you so much for being with us. We cannot hear you.
Sorry. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Linda, for the invitation. Thank you for the trust in me. I apologize in advance for my language skills. It is possible that my pronunciation sounds a little confused, but you can take notes at the end of this lecture. We are trying to answer your questions. Is clear my sound? Is everybody listen me?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, let me share my screen. Okay. I'm nervous, so excuse me. Well, I am a dietitian. I am registered dietitian here in Colombia. Also, I am a specialist in epidemiology. I've been working for more or less 25 years. And always I've been working with adults and in big hospitals here in Colombia. Not only for COVID-19, but for every day, for the importance of the immune system. The immunonutrition is a very, very important topic for every day, not only for COVID-19, but for the daily basis. Well, the immunonutrition is the potential. This is a legal definition. The immunonutrition is the potential to modulate the activity of the immune system by the intervention with specific nutrients, proteins, vitamins, minerals, etc. This is the immunonutrition. And the immune system protects your body from harmful substances. Everything outside my body can cause damage in my body. For instance, bacteria, viruses, trauma, the good splinter, many substances can hurt my body, hurt my systems, every systems, and the immune systems has a lot of activities and a lot of tasks, and these activities are made from different groups of molecules, as immunoglobulins, cells, as the white blood, and organs like spleen, bone marrow, the skin, the mucus, and the intestine, for instance, very important function in the immune system. It's very complex system and has many tasks, and the more common, the more famous, for say, is capture, digest, and disintegrate the cell membrane, the membranes of the cells that are causing the damage. Release chemicals. In the case of fever, for instance, the chemicals that rise the temperature are response from the immune system. And in the case of viruses, the most important task is capture, process, and present antigens. This is the case of the vaccines. We need this function for create our antibodies. Well, it's as complex as you can see. Any kind of cells that you can see in this slide has at least 2 or 3 different functions, and every organ with any kind of stimulus can develop and many pathways of defense. It's very complex, and the most important thing that you know today, you need to know today, is that the immune system is so complex but so important, and it is the most forgot system in the daily basis. We think in the nervous system, in the digestive system, in the respiratory system, but in the immune system, only for this pandemic, we are really in contact with our immune system. At this point, I can say, if you can't understand me, please write in the chat and I try to be more clear. I do my best. Well, if the immune system fall down, as my mood, for instance, is depressed, my susceptibility to any external stimulus is elevated. Sorry. In order to elevate the immune system, the response, we can make more damage. Then we don't need to have a very high response. We need to have a normal or regulated response to the external factors. For instance, the allergies or asthma, if you have a very high response, then you are coughing, sneezing all the time. You need, in this case, that your immune system are regulated, probably low. Another case, another example of depressed immune system could be the hypersensitivity. For instance, the response to any medication. For any condition, you take the pill or the injection, for instance, and your body reacts with rubor, with high temperature, with rash, with many manifestations. Then depressed is not only has low defenses, it's a crazy defenses. So it's very important to take control, to have a equilibrium in this case. But in order to use a name, we use depressed immune system, even if this response is high. Well, what kind of damage happens in the cells for the causing the alterations in the immune system? Lack of oxygen, the hypoxemia, for instance, chemical agents like alcohol, the cigarette substances, the pesticides, all chemicals around us in our works, in our homes, in the city, in the streets. Infections, the infections obviously damage the cells. In autoimmune processes, I mean, when the body attacks itself, doesn't recognize your own cells. Genetics, not only the inheritance, but the daily change in our DNA. These changes can occur daily and in any second. Physical agents, like for instance, the radiations, like trauma, like any kind, for instance, the splint, the good splint could damage the skin, the integrity of the skin, and sadly, aging. Well, at this point, it's important to know that what are we made of? We are made, especially oxygen. In this slide, you can see that 65% of our body is oxygen, like balloons. But the oxygen combined with another chemicals like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, forms the macronutrients. And the body is made as macronutrients. For instance, proteins are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And the body has oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and the other, and so on for carbohydrates and fats. That's why we need to take all kind of foods or groups of foods for give my body the full and the substances necessary for mandatory for replace the tissues, the cell. Well, sorry. Well, we have here the macros. The macros lately are very famous, the macros, because by fortune for dietitians, we are very happy that people are more interested in know all about the nutrition, all about the diet, and now we are taking that in count to give more information, more specific information. It's important that information in order to make good decisions to eat. Well, we have the carbohydrates is the biggest group of macronutrients in the life. Is the most common foods that we found in everywhere, in every houses, every shops, everybody, everywhere. We have a lot of big quantities of carbohydrates. We have bread, we have potatoes, we have, for instance, pasta, and all products made from this food are important for energy. Apart the fuel, the energy for my body. We have the proteins. Maybe proteins. Someone of could prefer vegetable protein or animal protein. It doesn't matter, but it's important to eat proteins. It's better if you take both of them. We have fats too. oil, avocado oil, olive oil, canola, for instance, in Colombia, sunflower, very helpful, very healthy fat, and nuts and seeds. This macro cover all the important things in the regular basis for a body, but we need a little more than macros. We need vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. The fiber is very important for the immune system. In fact, the fiber is the fuel for the microbiome, the intestinal flora in the intestine, in the gut specific. And this energy, this source of energy is very, very important, because if you don't eat enough fiber, your gut cells not only doesn't work well, it gets damaged. So nowadays, the researchers and the many available evidence speaks about the importance of gut, of microbiome in many conditions, in any specialty. For instance, cardiovascular disease, metabolic disease, autoimmune disease, many disease has to relate a strange relationship with a microbiome. And of course, antioxidants are very important, because in the past slide, we see about the damage of the cell. This damage occurs for the free radicals action. So we need a substance that blockade this action. Well, let's make a pause about antioxidants to talk about healthy diet. There is no unique healthy diet. The healthy diet is my healthy diet, my Nancy, for my age, for my activity, for my condition, for my preferences, for the foods I want to cook, or I want to buy, or I can't buy. So in order to be more accurate, now the dietitians and the doctor, we are trying to personalize the diet. In America, you are very lucky, because the National Health Institute has been working a lot, very hard, a very good job in the American diet, the American guidelines, in adults, children, and disease. These initiatives are very important, even for our cultures, our countries, because we take this information available for make our own guidelines. And you have many initiatives and tools and many apps and support about the diet, about the foods, about even the shopping list, the restaurants, the locals where you can buy, for instance, vegetarian food, or free, free sugar foods, etc. But the consensus, the global consensus about the healthy diet, take many, could have many points of view as to different cultures. We in the whole world, we try to to summarize some points that we can teach to everybody. For instance, the first and the most important is, I love this recommendation, is find your healthy eating style, and maintain it for a lifetime. Your age, your sex, your level of activity, your condition, your physical condition are determinants. So your diet or your healthy diet is different than mine, or your neighbor, or whatever. First step, find your healthy eating style. Second, and very, very important key point is make half your plate fruits and vegetables, vary your veggies, focus on whole fruits. And at this point, it's important to say real food. This is the most important thing right now. We need to take control of our kitchen. The control is not about the producers, the food industry, because the food industry needs to sell a lot. Then they practically made the whole process. Grow, cook, chop, add additives, color, sugar, many additives that are making wrong to our bodies, are hurting our bodies. So real food, comfy food, the food that probably your grandparents ate many years ago. Then, summarizing, half your plate, veggies and fruits. Make half your grains whole grains. You in America have a lot, a big quantity, amounts of grains. We in Colombia, for instance, we importate the grains from North America. Move to low fat or fat-free milk or yogurt. Even cheese is better low fat cheese. Vary your protein routine. It may be possible a plant-based diet, or include in your diet, in regular diet, meat, red meat, pork meat, turkey, chicken, eggs is possible. The key word is balance. Be moderate. This is the real key for a successful diet. And a recommendation that I really like is make small changes, one step at a time, because many changes could be stressful. Well, let's move again to antioxidants. This is a very nice example of a healthy diet. Include every kind of food, fresh food. We need to develop our skills in cook new recipes and try with new recipes, with new preparation, in order to be more to have a more delightful process in the kitchen. Well, and taking my route, the protection of the antioxidants is important for aging, not stop the aging, but be more slow and grateful. Cancer, acute myocardial infarction, diabetes, arterial hypertension, cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative disease, stroke. If I have antioxidants in my diet, I can protect my cells. So I can protect my tissues, my system, and I can better. I can probably I be able to avoid this kind of disease. This is a very important thing. And we need super antioxidants. Why? Because we don't eat a lot, the enough quantity of fruits and veggies. If you dish your lunch today doesn't have half dish of veggies or fruits, probably you need to improve your daily routines and take your doses, your antioxidant doses. And we are talking about the antioxidants from Ganoderma lucidum. Ganoderma lucidum is a mushroom that TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, used for 1,000 years, and has many properties, many health properties. And the Western medicine, the conventional medicine, has studied this mushroom and has found many evidence, strong evidence about his benefits for the health. A small summarize of these benefits: immunomodulation. In the past, before I talk about the regulation, the importance of be immune system that act normal when it's needed, high or low, and able to move in this equilibrium. Anti-inflammatory activity, it refers to this chemical response that produce these free radicals in the body. These free radicals produce this response inflammatory that cause all these conditions that we are talking before. Cell protection is very important to protect our cells, and control of the reproduction of damaged cells is very important, that these cells doesn't reproduce, duplicate, etc., and destroy these cells. Don't reproduce and destroy the cell is a very important function of the antioxidants from Ganoderma lucidum. And this is a list of not benefits, it's a list of results of I forgot the word, exactly word, but the final response of the use this Ganoderma lucidum in any conditions. Besides the past, anti-tumor, I mean, the antioxidants of Ganoderma lucidum could be used in concomitant with the conventional treatment for cancer. Lipid lowering, anti-hypertensive, metabolic regulator in case of diabetics, thyroid disorders, anti-Asian, antiviral, and modulate the quality of sleep, and neuroprotective is a very, very important result. And sorry, Spanish slide. The names of the specific antioxidants are beta-glucans and triterpenoids, are found in a unique way in the Ganoderma lucidum, and the name, you can see the names are in English, and this is the slide in Spanish, sorry. And this is the pathway, how the beta-glucans, for instance, work in case of the immune system. In the case of the immune system, activate the macrophage cells that eat the pathogens and generate and produce a chemical response needed for work, for the good work of the whole immune system. This is the one of the pathways of the beta-glucans in case of the immune system. And there is another slide about triterpenoids, very important in the case of viruses, because block the conversion of the viruses, the duplication, the replication is a very, very important case, a very important task for the triterpenoids. It's very, very, and it's a very promising, I think that's the word, exactly word, theory in the case the viruses. And if you take the acid ganoderics, the triterpenoids, the beta-glucans, with other antioxidants as ascorbic acid, lycopene, tocopherol, you can protect, you create a very strong, a strong army to defend the integrity of the cells, the membrane. This is a screenshot of a paper, a very, very recent paper about the specifically the coronavirus and fungi. This paper, this study, review not only Ganoderma, Ganoderma and other things that we are talking forward. The main outcome of this paper is that the beta-glucans and triterpenoids could be used as a promise in the paper, in the molecules in the laboratories, could be a promissory response to control viruses. Well, now we are talking about Cordyceps sinensis. It's another mushroom. This is a caterpillar fungus. Very nice for and this is a screenshot to a pictorial representation of therapeutic potential of cordyceps is a very fresh review. Is from this first semester of this year about the studies that that the scientific community are making right now. Studies about hypertension, improved renal function, anti-cancer, anti-fertility, hepatoprotective. And this representation is not only the theory, it's the outcomes, positive outcomes in these conditions. Well, and for summarize, decreased fatigue and increased physical performance, very important for persons who suffers from chronic fatigue, dysfunction sexual and reproductive, respiratory disease, kidney disorders. It's a very strong evidence in this case, in case of kidney disorders, liver disorders. Is possible the research has demonstrated new hepatic cells in these tissues with the injection of extract of this mushroom. Immune system, again, very important, and metabolic disturbances as diabetes, hypertension, and thyroids. Again, one screenshot from some, only two of many studies of this year about the application, not the application, sorry, about the potential of Cordyceps sinensis in the case of viruses. Well, I'm going to barely mention two other plants. I want to talk about the Tonkat Ali. It's a very common tree, small tree in the East. It is called Alice walking stick, improves sexual and reproductive health, and reduces stress and anxiety. It's very good in this point. And Panax ginseng. This Tonkat Ali is known also as Malaysian ginseng, and Panax ginseng is known as American ginseng. Also a very good source of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties, brain functions like memory, behavior, and mood. Very important results, outcomes, very strong outcomes in this way. May strengthen the immune system, help fight fatigue, and enhance physical activity and increase energy. All these products are all related to activate or regulate or how to say, improve the immune system response, all these products. Our products, and we are going to talk about a little about these products. They are not medicines. We are not talking about medicines. They don't cure any disease. They are the dietary supplements. They are functional assets of soap or toothpaste, for instance, are products based on tradition, but with contemporary scientific evidence. They are products designed for well-being and health. As a dietitian, for me, it's very important that the products that I recommend to my patients, to my family, to my beloved person, will be products with enough scientific evidence, but well, scientific evidence, but quality is important too. And one of the most lovely thing for say is the based on tradition and contemporary scientific evidence. I want to recommend finally the regular is my personal recommendation that these supplements in the daily basis strengthens your immune system and improves your overall health. I apologize for these my skills, my language skills. I hope that the information will be useful for you and your families. And now, Linda, I think that you have more things to tell us. Thank you, everybody. And again, sorry.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It was very amazing information, very valuable. And yeah, we know that we have to eat right. We know that we have to do a better job with our nutrition, with our daily days, so we can have a better quality of life as we get older. So thank you so much for the explanation and for everything that you shared with us. We have here Sandra Carolina. She is a wonderful woman who has been using some of its products, enjoying them, and she wants to share something with us. So Sandra, go ahead.
Hi everybody. Thank you for this space. My name is Sandra Carolina Gomez Trujillo. Do you listen to me?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Sandra Carolina Gomez Trujillo. I am 39 years old. I'm from Colombia. I live now in Pandi, Cundinamarca, in a beautiful town in Sumapaz region. I want to share you about my health powerful experience with Ganoderma lucidum. On April 2016, I was diagnosed with an intrauterine fibroid. I suffered from severe colic, fatigue, fainting, lack of concentration. Every month I lost excessively blood, felt huge clots. It was painful. Every month to see and feel my body doing this process, trying to expel the fibroid. The doctor's diagnosis was to operate with a risk of hurting and losing my uterus due to the position in which it was nested, and then to install a device to prevent menstruation for 4 years. All of these seemed unnatural to me and went against my feminine nature. I believe in God. I asked God and Christ to help me. I met GanoExcel, and in May I started treatment with Ganoderma, taking 2 capsules, one on my empty stomach. I combined with an alkaline diet, regular exercise, and in 3 months, all the pains had disappeared. I have been consuming GanoExcel products for 4 years. My periods are regular, painless. My concentration and energy levels has increased. My quality of life totally improved without resorting to invasive methods. I like natural methods, and I love Ganoderma lucidum. This is my experience, and yeah, I end this.
Wow, thank you so much,
Okay.
Sandra, for sharing that with us. It's the first time I hear you. Awesome, thank you. Very important information. Thank you for that witness. So, well, I wanna just give you a little bit of information about these products. On my end, I love them. I have been enjoying them for a long time. And I hope that you will allow me the opportunity also to introduce this so you guys can try them for yourselves and be the judges. They are really good. They are very nutritional. They have a lot of good nutrients for your body. And I know that I have been also improving the way I eat. Sometimes you think you're eating healthy and you are not. And so these are really high quality products. And the best is that they taste good, because there are a lot of products out there that are natural and are good, and they taste horrible. Just anyway. So there are 5 types of coffee here in the products that Ganaxel offers in the US. There is the black coffee, which is delicious, no sugar, no nothing. It's the black coffee that you drink every day. And they come in individual packages. Each individual package has 150 over 200 phytonutrients and 150 antioxidants. And that is incredible, because if you compare it with a glass of orange juice, which could have around 8 antioxidants, and then you have 150, that's a lot of goodness that you're giving to your body. There is a 3-in-1 that is like a cappuccino. There is the tonka Ali that has ginseng and has, of course, tonka Ali, which Dr. Nancy just talked a little bit about, that amazing fungus, and also has the Ganoderma lucidum. All of these, each one of them has the Ganoderma lucidum. Each individual package has all that goodness. So there is a chocolate. I love this one. It's a for fixing hot cocoa and like in the nights, and it also has excellium, which is awesome for your brain, for your circulation. It's gonna make you feel better, sleep better, be more alert if you drink it in the morning. I know it's kind of interesting how eating well and doing exercise and everything just helps your body to be stronger. There is tea for the people who love tea. This one has a rooibos on it, and of course the Ganoderma lucidum. And this is my favorite coffee, which is mocha, and delicious. And there is more coffees. There is one that has the hazelnut, and this is the favorite for a few of my friends. And for the kids, there is the cereal, which has a spirulina, and the spirulina is a superfood that used to use in NASA for the astronauts. So it's pretty amazing food, has a lot of scientific research, and of course, it also has the Ganoderma lucidum. And for those who want to have a further experience or want to stay healthier, like that's my case, or that's Sandra's case and many others, there is the supplements, which they have a higher concentration. This is the Cordyceps, Ganoderma, and then you have the Excellium. So, I mean, we could spend hours talking about the products. So I just wanted to give you an overview of these amazing products that we have. And I also wanted to let you know that by taking care of ourselves, we can have a better lifestyle, we can have a better quality of life. And also wanted to have a couple of minutes, because I know that there are people that have questions for Dr. Nancy. And in fact, I have one of those questions here. So let me check the chat to see if there is anything there. Okay, I have, if you give me a second, I have here one from a dear friend. Nancy, is it possible to reverse Crohn's disease with diet alone and safely remove the Remicade or medicaments that the doctor has prescribed?
Well, in Crohn's disease, it's very important to, well, for everybody, Crohn's disease is a kind of affection in the intestine. It's an inflammatory disease. It's a chemical response. The body doesn't recognize its own cells and attack attacks itself. It's a chemical response. It's an inflammatory response. In order to treat this condition, is needed to make really, really important a change, or better, it's important to have a special diet. This diet could be really strongly advised with your specialist, your pediatrician or doctor or dietitian. Are some kinds of diet that show very, very good results. And it's important to know any detailed in order to give a very accurate response. The evidence about Ganoderma lucidum in a specific way, there is a study that shows a very important results in modulate this chemical response in attack the tissue, the healthy tissue, and it's possible to control, to have this response, to take in control this response, and has how to say, the time between crises is take long period of time. About the medication, it's difficult to say that because this is the doctor responsibility. But in order to answer your question, is diet. It's very helpful, and the Ganoderma lucidum, the extract, exactly the beta-glucans and the Triterpenoids could modulate this response, these inflammations self-produced. It's a very good reference, it's a very good study, and I think that it's possible to have a very good quality of life. I can't promise, anybody can promise a life without the medication, but it's probably with a better quality of life.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I have another question. Somebody is asking me if they have cysts in their ovaries or in any part of their body, if the Ganoderma lucidum and a healthy diet can help them to eliminate that without having to have a surgery.
Sorry, the last part, I can hear you.
Yes, the question is if somebody who has cysts, if it's possible to eliminate them with a good diet and using, for example, the Ganoderma or some kind of diet without needing surgery.
Well, in this case is similar like the other case, because the diet and even in any condition with any medication, it's impossible to be accurate and say, yes, 100% you eliminate your problems. No, it's not possible. We made recommendations based on the scientific evidence and the experience, the previous experience of another patients. But in this case, it's probably that the size and the number could be reduced. But it's impossible to give a number. But yes, it's possible to take control of this condition. In order to give more advices, more accurate advice, it's important to know that everybody know that any case is different. Any person is different, and the diet and the medication and even the advice about physical activity or any kind of medical advice could be personalized. But the evidence says that it's possible to control this condition. Control, different from curate or eliminate, but control, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, I guess the third question is pretty much, I mean, it's very similar. The lady is asking if it's possible to control the sterilization. She has problems getting pregnant. So she wanted to know if this by a healthy food and consuming stuff like this would help them or not.
Yes, obviously, well, I am a dietitian. I'm always say dietitian. Diet is a very, very good point of the start point. The diet is very important. In the case of our products, for instance, a Cordyceps has evidence, strong evidence about the health, the reproductive and sexual health, in women's and men's, both cases. It's important to know that this product, the Cordyceps Sinensis, in the TCM, in the traditional Chinese medicine, is used for to help to improve the reproductive health. We can be 100% sure about the outcome, but nowadays is a product that TCM uses in a regular basis to help the people who struggles with problems with reproductive health. It's a very good product, and the Tonkat Ali and the Panax ginseng has strong evidence too. You can have a good date and have your own status with your coffee, with your regular coffee. Your coffee will be a very helpful beverage.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Appreciate it very much. So she's talking about the Cordyceps, this supplement, and also about this tea. Anyway, thank you everybody for your time. Thank you for spending time with us in this webinar to be reminded how important it is to be healthy, how to have a good lifestyle so we can age in a better way, so we can have a better quality of life. So I hope that all of you got a little bit or a lot of information that you didn't know. And I'm inviting you, if you're interested in consuming any of these products, contact the person who invited you, or contact me, and I will be more than happy to assist you. All have a wonderful evening, and thank you until the next time, because we will have another webinar. We're gonna have a marvelous doctor that he's going to be, give me a second and I'll share with you. Perfect. Dr. Pablo Fletcher. He is he's an endocrinology, and he's an internal medicine. So he's going to join us in October 8th at 8 o'clock. So you are all invited. We love you, take care. And until the next time, from Indianapolis, Colombia, and who knows tomorrow which part of America. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.